What's up guys, welcome to the Moody channel. Today we're going to check out Remnant of NER'ZHUL in 9.1 raid Sanctum of Domination. Let's check it out. This fight is a one-phase fight only. You will only fight the boss during the entire time. There are no ads or anything like that. There are not that many abilities, but these abilities that this boss fight has overlaps quite a lot. You have to handle many of the mechanics at the same time. Also, there are some boss mechanics that the players need to handle in a good way, or else it might wipe the raid. All three roles, tank, healing, and DPS, have important key roles to play to succeed taking this boss down. Now let's check out what they are. Positioning of this fight. Have two markers on each side of the platform, like a diamond and a cross. Ranged, you'll spread around the platform. Melee, you'll be behind the boss. And when it comes to the tanks, both tanks cannot stand in front of the boss, only the main tank stands in front of the boss. Orb of Torment and the Suffering. The boss will spawn orbs on the platform. These orbs will take 99% reduced damage when it spawns. This orb will also put debuffs on several players that will take damage every 3 seconds for 15 seconds. If an orb is destroyed, it can be picked up and thrown out of the platform. The player that picks it up will take damage over time and also movement speed reduced by 30%. When the boss reaches 100 energy, he will shoot a straight line on the main tank with high shadow damage. This leaves a debuff on that tank and it makes it take 500% increased damage from this suffering, the straight line. If the line hits an orb, it deactivates it, so it will remove the shield around the orb, so the player can actually do damage on the orb. So the tactics for this is, just before the boss reaches 100 energy, the main tank has positioned himself so the orb is between the tank and the boss. After the big hit, the tank swap happens. Prior nuke the orb when the shield is gone. One player will pick it up, runs to the edge, and next to action button pops up, you click on it, you throw out the orb. Healers, also be aware that the person that picks up the orb will take a lot of damage. Malevolence. Boss puts a debuff on two players that lasts for 21 seconds. When the debuff expires or someone removes it, it does a knockback on all players and does also shadow damage. The tactics to handle this is that each debuff player moves to each side of the platform, the two markers that we had that we talked about on the positioning. One healer dispels one of the players. Always start on the same side, so the players know where the knockback will happen from the beginning. When it raids topped up again, then dispel the second player. Position yourself and watch out for the edge when this happens. On heroic mode, it will spawn pools underneath you when you get dispelled. This pool does quite high shadow damage if you stand on it. So the tactics for this is, the first player that gets the debuffs, you run to the markers that are marked from the beginning. Now the second time this happens, you run to each side, but you stand on the right side of the pool, so basically you'll move in a clockwise pattern. Grasp of Malice. The boss will spawn 3 lines on the platform. When the lines explode, they do very high shadow damage and a knockback to players on the lines. The tactics for this basically is just to dodge the lines. Aura of Spite. Boss puts an aura that does low damage every 3 seconds to all players. Several swirls will spawn on the platform. After 2 seconds, shadow missiles will hit these locations. Getting hit does moderate shadow damage and a 3-second silence. At 80%, 60%, and 30% health, a piece of the boss armor shatters. Based on the armor piece shattered, we get more swirls and more often. So the tactics for this, dodge the swirls and also have your eyes on the swirls, which one spawns before the other, so it's easier to move around. Also, this shatter will do quite a lot of damage on the entire raid, so healers beware. Might seem easy, but imagine that all these things will happen more or less at the same time. I hope this video will help you out with your team to succeed. If you liked it, it would mean a lot for me if you press that like button down below. And if you want more of this kind of stuff, make sure you are subscribed. Until next time.